Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the second Powerhouse-S character opening the return of lesser-known but awesome heroes. And yes, I know you guys have made frequent requests for me to actually talk about Wade Wilson. So you get your chance here today, guys. I actually finally will do a lesser-known on the merc with the mouth. So let's jump right into it. Now, Deadpool was created, unfortunately, by Rob Liefeld and writer, I'll just spell his name out real quickly, Fabian-Niceza. And its first appearance was in New Mutants number 98 in February of 1991. The interesting thing to note is that originally in this issue of New Mutants, he actually appeared as a villain, but in later issues of X-Force, he would later appear in other issues of X-Force, but then he would start appearing in like the Avengers and a tie-in book with Cable, of course the Cable and Deadpool series. He would constantly try to battle Wolverine. And then, of course, Loki, of all people, would actually reveal to him that he's a comic book character, and that allegedly he's his father, and all kinds of... And then he'd start breaking the fourth wall and doing a lot of crazy stuff that we know Deadpool to do now. And the interesting thing is that Liefeld actually was a fan of the Teen Titans, and thus, he created Deadpool as kind of like a jokey mocker of Deathstroke, the Terminator. And hence, his name Wade Wilson, saying that he's related to Deathstroke. In his first appearance, he was actually hired by Trollivar to attack Cable and the New Mutants. After subsequently appearing in X-Force as a recurring character, Deadpool would begin making guest appearances in a number of different Marvel Comics titles, such as Daredevil, The Avengers, and Heroes for Hire. In 1993, the character would receive his own miniseries titled The Circle Chase. And it was a relative success, and Deadpool starred in a second self-titled miniseries written in 1994. And then in 1997, Deadpool was given his own ongoing title, initially written by Joe Kelly. And then, Ed McGuinness as the artist. The series would formally establish his supporting cast, including his prisoner/den mother, Blind Al, and his best friend Weasel. Deadpool would become an action comedy parody of the cosmic drama anti-hero heavy comics of the time. The ongoing series gained cult popularity for its unorthodox main character and its balance of angst and pop culture slapstick. The character became less of a villain, though the element of his moral integrity remained. Joe Kelly noted, "With Deadpool we could do anything we wanted because everybody just expected the book to be canceled every 5 seconds. So nobody was paying attention and we could get away with it." The series was taken over by Christopher Priest, who noted that he found Kelly's issues to be complex and a little hostile to new readers like me, and that by issue 37 he realized that it was okay to make Deadpool look stupid. I'm skipping over a few things here and there, guys, just to clarify, because I don't want to start getting too heavy into this, because there's a lot of actual material, and I don't want to make this like an hour-long video. So if I cut a couple of corners, guys, I am sorry. Anyway, and Deadpool would last until issue 96. Not 96, but 69, I'm getting ahead of myself. At which point it was relaunched as a new title by Gail Simone with a similar character called Agent X in 2002. This occurred during a line-wide revamp of X-Men related comics, with Cable becoming Soldier X and X-Force becoming X-Statix. Simone notes that when I took the Deadpool job, the revamp hadn't been planned, so it was a complete surprise. Thankfully, we heard about it in time to make adjustments to early scripts. It appeared that Deadpool was killed in an explosion fighting the aristocratic and telepathic villain known as the Black Swan. Weeks later, a mysterious figure showed up at the apartment of Deadpool's manager. The man took the name Alex Hayden, and together they started Agency X, and Hayden dubbed Agent X after the company. Most believed that Hayden was Deadpool suffering from amnesia. The title character of Agent X was initially revealed not to be Deadpool, and the climax of that series saw the original character restored. Simone left the title after 7 issues due to creative differences with the series editor, but then returned to conclude with issues 13 through 15. Deadpool's next starring appearance came in 2004 with the launch of Cable and Deadpool, where Deadpool became partnered with his former enemy Cable, teaming up in various adventures. The title was canceled with issue number 50 and replaced with a new Cable series in March of 2008. Deadpool then appeared briefly in Wolverine Origins. This was before another Deadpool title launch in September 2008. And then, of course, he would take part in the Secret Invasion storyline, or have his own tie-in. A new Deadpool ongoing series would be written and began as not only a tie-in, but in the first arc, the character is seen working with Nick Fury to steal data on how to kill the Skrull Queen. Norman Osborn steals the information that Deadpool had stolen from the Skrulls, and subsequent stories deal with the fallout from that. Daniel Way explained that the first thing that Norman Osborn tries to do is take care of the situation to bring in a hired gun to take Deadpool down, which would be Tiger Shark. That would be the standard thing to do. But of course, everything about Deadpool is non-standard, so it goes completely awry, and Osborn has to get more serious about things. The story also sees the return of Bob, agent of Hydra. I don't want the book to become Deadpool and Friends, so characters will drift in and out, but Bob was someone I definitely wanted to bring in. It just had to be the perfect moment, and when I put this storyline together, that moment presented itself. This all led directly to a confrontation with the new Thunderbolts in Magnum Opus, which crossed over between Deadpool Volume 4, issue number 8 through 9, and Thunderbolts 130 through 131. And it was a natural progression for Deadpool to go after Norman, and for Norman to send his personal hit squad after Deadpool. Deadpool decides to become a hero, resulting in conflicts with proper heroes like Spider-Man, who he had recently encountered in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 611 as part of the Gauntlet, leading to a 3-issue arc where he takes on Hitmonkey, a character who debuted in the same month in a digital, then printed one-shot. Another Deadpool series, Deadpool Merc with the Mouth, was launched in July of 2009. And in it, Deadpool teams with the head of Zombie Deadpool from Marvel Zombies 3 and 4. A special anniversary issue of Deadpool number 900 was released in October of 2009. It features stories written by several authors, and the main feature written by original Deadpool series writer Joe Kelly, and written by Deadpool's creator Rob Liefeld. The third ongoing series, Deadpool Team Up, was launched in November of 2009. And the series would feature Deadpool teaming up with different heroes from the Marvel Universe in each issue, such as Hercules. Deadpool also would join the cast of the new X-Force team. Another series entitled Deadpool Corpse was released in April 2010. I feel like I'm getting cottonmouth. Besides Deadpool himself, this series also featured many alternate versions of Deadpool, including Lady Deadpool, Headpool, which is the zombie version of Deadpool, and then Kidpool and Dogpool. And this series would last 12 issues. Also, there would be printed Marvel Knights and Max imprints of certain Deadpool comics, including ones such as Wade Wilson's War and Deadpool Max. And from there, in the arc Dead, Wade is cured of his healing factor and becomes mortal. As a side effect, however, he also has his old unscarred face back. Though he spent the majority of the story arc looking forward to dying, he steps up and puts his desires on the back burner to protect his friend and lackey, Hydra Bob. In the storyline Reborn, he returns to his profession but runs into difficulties without his healing factor. It's set to conclude with issue 63 as part of Marvel's Now relaunch. Deadpool will be getting a new ongoing series in the beginning of November 2012. And he has also become a member of the Thunderbolts. However, one thing that is not covered is that Deadpool actually would eventually become a member of the X-Men. However, this was after he would not leave the X-Mansion, nor the X-Men alone. But Deadpool's done a lot of crazy things, and I'm going to try to rapid fire this if I can. Making out with interdimensional self, Leroy Jenkins. Rochambeau and Captain America. Venom Spider-Man Tea Party. Venom in a Speedo. Burning the Smurf Village. Making thousands of pancakes. Rodeo riding the Hulk. Making a Watchmen reference while freaking out Juggernaut. Punching a lady out for not having sex with him. Killing genetic clones of Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Meeting Deathstroke. Fighting and of course fighting symbiote velociraptors with Spider-Man. Yep, I think a few of those examples pretty much tell you who Deadpool is as a character. Very wacky, very insane, and me personally, I'm going to take a few minutes to actually tell you guys. By the way, I do like this picture. I think it's kind of funny. Dracula's actually scared of Deadpool biting him. But that's Deadpool for you. Deadpool is, fourth wall breaking. He is an anti-hero, but he's not a character to be taken seriously. And I think his popularity has really been on the rise lately because I think a lot of people find Deadpool very refreshing while he is an anti-hero and, all the things that he does. He's a very great comedic character to read. And that definitely makes... Sorry I was coughing there for a second, but... While Deadpool's not lesser known, nevertheless, he is still very much an awesome character. Stay tuned, guys.